Okay. Thanks. All right, they'll take minutes. Yeah. So I'll call it to order at 6 o'clock. Is there anybody out there for public comment? Yeah. So I'll call it.
She said no.
Okay. All right.
No public comment.
Okay, thank you. All right, roll call. It's like we're all here, maybe RJ and then.
Here.
Okay, so we're looking for approval of the minutes.
Make a motion. Second it.
Okay. Any discussion?
Nope.
Okay, all in favor, say.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so when we go back and look at December of last year and what we were doing at this time, we had in front of us the first budget information. We are I'm kind of trying to keep you up to speed too, because you didn't go through that process. You kind of came in after, I think. So we had seen last year the 23-24 budget. We didn't have anything to show for the 24-25 budget, but I thought it was beneficial to at least look at so that you can kind of see how things are broken out and stuff. But this isn't the budget that we're going to be working on. This is basically last year's budget. Sure. So and then the cycle of that is that they kind of work on it between now and March. They get it ready, and it came to the public hearing in May. So we do have a time frame that this budget will need to be done. But obviously we have big shoes to fill, and we got to get someone up to speed so that we can work on this budget. But like, you know, the chief, and they've done this before, and they submit their budgets, you know, they did to Paula or whatever, and then she worked on it. So I think, you know, once we get this person up to speed and stuff, we'll have to get this, you know, going and stuff. And that's one of the first things that, you know, is kind of important, because there is actually a time frame that has to be submitted. And we do have to have a public hearing on it. So I don't know if you looked over the budget from last year and had any questions of how things are broken down or anything like that, but that's why I put it in there.
Gotcha. You know, I did look it over, not like, I don't know the ins and outs of it yet. So, but no questions right now.
Okay.
I appreciate you bringing me up to speed on that.
Yeah. So if you look, I'll just kind of highlight a little bit. Yep. So like the first three numbers tells what department that's in. The last three digits are the account number, then the hyphenated or whatever. So each of those things it's like a long account number per se, but it kind of means something in there, and it's broken down by funds, as you can see. So there's different areas now, like the DPW has an area, the police department has an area, the city hall has an area. It's all kind of broken down into different funds or categories. So I just put it in there to try to give, you know, RJ seen it. Yep. But I thought that would be the other thing that I kind of wanted to mention. And you know, it's going to take a little bit to fill the shoes and get someone up to speed. And until then, you know, we can talk about what we might want to talk about next month. If there's anything that, you know, questions or anything that we want to talk about, you know, we submit that so that it goes on next month. And I think in the city hall council, they'll probably do the same thing, looking for what we want to do until the roles get filled. But this meeting obviously is to go over the bills and make sure we sign off on them, and so I don't have a whole lot of other, I guess, stuff to talk about tonight, unless you guys have any questions. The one thing that I wanted to ask, and you know, maybe I'll do it, that I noticed, it looks like we paid our auditors the $11,000. So I'm assuming they're done with the audit. I know, I think it was supposed to be done by December 31st, but I'm guessing if we paid for it, it was probably done. I'm not sure exactly where we stand on that. Okay. So I guess the big thing is that, you know, the taxes went out, and we're going to have to start collecting those. And there's lots of things between now and before the next person comes in to help us, that we just gotta make sure we do.
Mhm.
So,
What are the first three numbers that you're referring to?
so see like 101.
It's the general operating fund.
Okay,
And so then the second one is so like it's the clerk, the 215. And then the last three numbers are like
so
the different, the sub
category.
category description in the,
Some of these are not 101. Okay, yeah, there. Nice.
so once you go back farther, you get to twos and threes.
And like, you take it home and you have any questions next month, you can ask it or whatever. And if there's anything that, so that we can get you up to speed, because obviously you haven't been here a whole year. And
Right.
So I just, between now and whenever we fill that, I'm trying to look at what did we do last year, but I know there is a public hearing and there's a deadline for that, for the budget.
Sure.
So. And I mean, I talked to Dave and he always has his stuff that he's working on. I'm sure Dan's probably the same way. So it's not like we don't have any information. It's just, we got to get it in the form and get it out there and approved. So. Unless there's something else, any other questions that come to mind? I mean, this is a time to try to get up to speed, obviously. This is our second year through for us, but
Yep.
um,
What is the videotape rental fee in there for?
I'm guessing that's library. So if you look at the first,
Yeah.
No,
so they might be in the library area.
Yeah, that makes more sense when you look at the category.
Yeah,
I thought it was for like City Hall or something.
Gotcha.
yeah, they got videos there.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And then
It's what Dan does in his car.
Yeah. We all go to the hard drive.
Yeah.
Where we log on ours and watch a lot of sewer lane footage.
That's where good stuff is. All right. All right, if there's nothing else. Unless you can, is there anything else we need that we can stop back? And obviously, there's actually training out there that you can get for financial people through that, ML or whatever.
Okay.
It could be something that we consider getting some training if you wanted to or whatever. But I think right now we're just, trying to make sure we're hitting the important things, paying the bills, getting the payroll out,
Yep.
getting that stuff out. And, so. I'm gonna adjourn the meeting and are at 6:08.